Hello, y'all. Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Ooh. Y'all, I got a lot to say today. I got a lot on the brain. But I want to start off with a situation that pretty much the whole country is aware of. And I mean, if I'm aware of it all the way over here, it's obviously widespread. So there's a lot that I want to say about a lot I've seen on the internet just since last night. But I want to start out with this because I feel like it's the most important. It's dealing with the child, and it's dealing with real life, not the internet shit. Okay. So what I want to do is speak on the disappearance of a 4-year-old child, little girl, by the name of Malia Davis. And I'm sure a lot of you are aware. Like I said, it's a widespread story. She is missing from Houston, Texas. I'm all the way in Ohio. So, it's all over the news everywhere. It's being talked about everywhere. And I just feel like I want to just, I've watched a few videos, not a few, I've watched one and a half. And it's sad, y'all. It's sad. As a parent, as a parent of teenage and adult children, because I have one teenage son. I only have one minor child. Okay. I have 3 children, one minor. But even my 19-year-old that's set to graduate in a week, I would never, she's 19. She's grown to a lot of people. She's grown, but it ain't no way that I would allow someone to violate her. And so when I think back of my 4-year-old Kiana, or my 4-year-old Tia, little fat girl running through the mall. Me and my one friend, I was working at Taco Bell. I was a manager at Taco Bell for years. And so me and my friend, when we would get paid, you get paid, you young. And I had a daughter. She was already in Head Start. And we would go to the mall, and my friend, she was, her butt was huge. Okay. So, my oldest daughter, she would just run up behind her and laughing, and she'd just run. Smack dad just ram into her butt. Because when she would run into her butt, she would just bounce back. Oh my God. We would be in the store, and she'd just, here she come running with her little fat self, running up into my friend's butt and just bounced back, and she just thought it was the funniest shit. But she didn't mean any harm. She was just having a good time. She was just being a child. And so when I think about a 4-year-old child possibly being molested, being beat up, just being violated in the worst ways, violated in ways that me as an adult woman, a grown woman who has given birth, had relationships, good and bad, just been through all types of shit. To be beat up and violated sexually by someone, especially that your parent allows in the household. I couldn't imagine that even now, me being a grown woman. Like, how could you, and you just okay with this? Now, has any of this been put out there to the world? Not yet. Are we easing up to it? We are. We do know that the stepfather of Maleah has been charged with, I think it's obstructing official business or something like that. Something with evidence, basically trying to cover up some shit or, mislead the investigation. What does that say? That says guilty. Um, but the thing is the mother. So the police at this point have decided to stop the search for Maleah. They have searched for her for I think about a week. And they have decided to stop the search until they get further information. And so they did a balloon release yesterday for Maleah. Huge crowd, a lot of emotions, all types of emotions. People who have never met her took their time to come out and honor her, let her know that she's loved. Oh, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Y'all know. Listen. I have told y'all that we've talked about how people who you never met in your life can support you or care more about you than the people right in your circle, right there next to you, right there in the same household. I told you guys that about you guys. A lot of you support me through my trials better than, or even more so than anybody that I know here in real life. So for as a child, a young child, not a teenager, she don't know how to cook a meal for herself. She don't know her way around town if she were to run away. She doesn't have her own cell phone where she can just dial 911. She's in her home with her mother, with her stepdad, people that are supposed to love her, protect her. They're supposed to be there if a stranger comes in the home and tries to do something wrong. You're in the safest place. Your home is supposed to be your sanctuary. It's supposed to be your happy place. It's supposed to be where you feel the safest in the world. Even if it's a 1-bedroom apartment, even if it's a project, okay? Whatever it is. You can have 10 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms. You can have 1 bedroom, 1 bath. You can be living in a project, a low income, Section 8. You can be living in the suburbs. But wherever it is, that space, that building, if it's freaking 4 walls and a damn outhouse, it's yours. And it is supposed to be the safest place away from the world. You go out the door, you don't know what type of fuck shit you gonna run into. You don't know. You have no idea. You don't know what the hell gonna go on when you step outside those doors. Okay? You don't know what's gonna happen. You have no control over that. You only have control over how you deal with whatever happens. But when you're in this space, you should at least feel like you're gonna be okay. I made it. I made it through the day. You back in, you walk in your doors and you just get a sense of exhale. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. And especially for a child. Especially for a child. Because they don't ask to be here. None of us asked to be here. But we got to break the cycle somewhere. Something happened to me. I should make sure it doesn't happen to my child. I should make sure I should be on it that it does not happen to my child. I was with my kid's dad for, let me see, 14 to 24. So 10 years, solid 10 years. That was the only person. I met him when I was 14 years old. I moved out when I was 24. Matter of fact, did I turn 25? I don't know. I had my son when I was 25. I think I was still 24 when I moved out. I was. Okay. And so 10 years I was with him. He did his thing or whatever, but I stuck with him. And I had, when I left, I found out I was pregnant with my son. And so, I had these 3 kids. I had always been with him. He had always pretty much taken care of everything. I've always worked, but I had to make it do what it did. Because I was just done. You know what I'm saying? And then I was single for a couple of years. I was single for about 2.5 years, just working. My kids were gone every weekend, so I would go out, do my thing. I had a guy that I met that I was dealing with for a little bit, but it wasn't nothing like that. And then I ran into somebody that I grew up with. We were childhood friends, and that was a 7-year relationship. Well, 6, almost 7, but that was, a lot of years. And he wasn't my kid's father, but he was there when my son was growing up. Okay. My son was, yeah, because my son was a year. Because let me see, I was like single, like my whole pregnancy, so almost a year, and then another year. So yeah, like a year and a half. So when me and him got together, we were like old friends anyway. But just the point is that, it took me a long time to even allow him in my home. Now, believe it or not, especially that my kids are older, I'm just all about, if I'm dating, if I meet somebody, he want to take me out, I'm all about, come on with it. Because I don't want to waste no time no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be fucking around with you for 6 months to a year before you meet my kids. And then you meet my kids and then all hell break loose or just whatever. No, I got to know all the vibes right off the bat, right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying the first day I meet you, you going to meet my kids. But I am saying very soon in the game, it's not going to be long, because I don't got no time to waste no more. I'm not about to be, I want to see what my kids feeling. I want to see the vibes. I want to watch you. I want to know what's going on, because I'm an observer. Okay. So, but the point is, like, my son was young. My son was the only, he wasn't even 2 years old yet. So, my son grew up knowing him. He took my son when he took his kids to get their hair cut. He took my son. I didn't even have to. He just come pick him up. Or if he wasn't taking him, he'd make sure it's taken care of at the shop. And all I got to do is take him. I don't got to pay him. But that was, keep me out the shop and the barber shop. We both had kids. We did stuff with our kids, go swimming. He was at my house a lot. We never lived together. It was like a long relationship. We lived right down the street from each other. We just never did that. And then like towards the end, when we were talking about that and moving forward and coming in the same house and all that stuff, and we ended up letting it go. But it's just the point that my kids were young. My girls were, my oldest daughter, she was a teenager coming into, she was just a fresh teenager. So he was there up until when she graduated. Right when the year, I think, or a year or so shy of her graduation. But I'm sorry, but just that doesn't matter. But anyway, it's just, she was a teenager. My youngest daughter, she was young, because my kids are years apart. My son was a baby. These kids, they grew up knowing this person. Never. I would never have somebody if I notice any freaking thing, there was this one guy, and this is what I'm saying about not wasting no time. I'm going to tell y'all this. There was a guy, and this was the relationship I had after we broke up. We had broke up, and it was done. It was over with. And I met this other guy. This was real fresh right after our breakup. And I was just like, he asked me for my number, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Gave him my number. And, he would want to, can I come pick you up? Can I take you to the mall? Whatever. And I'm like, you ain't knowing where I live. You ain't none of that or whatever. So it was only like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And he finally wanted to pick me up. And I'm like, fuck it. Come on, pick me up. Pick me up. And then the weekend, my kids were gone, and I let him come over. And so he's over there, and then he wants to come like every day. Like he wants to show up every day. And so I let him meet my kids. So he met my kids. This is what I'm saying about not wasting time. Watch a person, okay? Listen to your kids. So I let him come over to the house. He stayed a couple nights before. And then one day, my daughter says, Mom, he tried to, he like asked me about, was I, did I have periods? And he like leaned over. I was in the kitchen by the dishes, and he like leaned over. And now this isn't all in the same thing. Like, and she didn't tell me right away. Okay. She like, what did he do? He went upstairs to the bathroom, and her room was the one closest to the bathroom, and her door was open. So she just in her room, and he was supposed to be going to the bathroom. And I mean, she just no changing clothes or nothing like that. She just in her room. And I mean, we just have doors open and, whatever. So out the blue, you just ask a girl, a teenager, does she have periods? So when they were at my mom's the one weekend, this was like the third weekend, okay? This dude was gone 30 days because I'm like, dude, you ain't making 30 days. So my mom comes, and so she had like mentioned it to my mom. And so my mom, she don't play no games, okay? Y'all know how calm and laid back I am, and I'm just chill. My mama 0 to 100 real quick, okay? So she come, hey bro, did you know whatever? And I'm like, no, the fuck? She didn't tell me that. He would not, the fuck, no. And so that was it. I called him. I'm like, what the fuck? He, no, she was trying to talk to me. She was telling me I'm the cutest boy that, my mom, you the cutest dude my mom, talked to. And so now I did ask her about that, because why are you engaging? You are a teenager. She coming up. She liking boys and shit. So I got to check her too, because you gone. That's over with. Just flat the fuck out and period. Don't you ever come back to my house. But my daughter, stay out of grown people's face. See, that's one of the things too about letting your kids be all in grown people business and being too comfortable just in conversations they ain't got no business in. And just know, a kid has a kid's place, adults have an adult place. Keep that shit separate. Stop being your fucking kids' friends. Stop, there is a balance. There is a balance. And there's no handbook or instructions or manual when it comes to being a parent. But what you do have is your intuition. You have your moral standards, your integrity base. You have that in you. We all got it in us. It's just up to us to display it and to exhume that. Okay, so tap into that, especially as a parent. Because if you don't cut that shit off, it's going to be a problem later on. Because it's already these fuck niggas out here that prey on little kids, like this baby. You know, yeah, they got the mama and they get their ass in the house, and then the mama ain't enough. Get them the fuck away from you. It ain't nobody on this earth that is worth your child's innocence. It is not nobody on this earth that is worth letting your child be hurt and victimized when they don't deserve it. I don't give a fuck what they said, what they broke. Your kid could come in and be the most disrespectful ass, whatever. Slap the fuck out their ass, whoop their ass, put them on punishment, do whatever the fuck. But you don't allow no person to come into your home and victimize your child. Because as a parent, you can see. That dude ain't never, do you know that after that dude, I had to actually call the police on that dude. He's coming to my house. He's bamming on my door. I'm at work. He tries to come to my house came in my house. Because yes, I was the parent that I would leave a door open for a kid, or we lived, my kids would run out the door be left open. He calling me talking about some, what was you looking for? Because I had took one of my drawers out of my dresser and it was sitting on the bed because I was looking for something. And you bought new panties and stuff because I had a bag that I had went shopping previously or whatever, and it's some damn underclothes. Why you buying new panties and shit? Who asked that question? For one, why the fuck wouldn't I buy new panties? But number two, what the fuck is you doing in my house? See, you gotta know who you dealing with. You gotta cut that shit off from the fucking beginning. I don't waste no time no more. I don't waste no time. Because, see, I'm going to get you up out the way quick. I'm not going to waste a year of my life, 6 months of my life to, get to know you and think that you cool. And then this first time I bring you around my kids, you a fucking pedophile. No, I want to know right now. Or find out you like to beat people, or find out, you just all fucked up. No, I just want to know everything right front. Just hit me with it. Hit me. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's run it real quick or whatever. So if everything is good, then we can move on. But if not, then shit, we can separate. That's just how I am. I'm just straight to business. That's just how I am. And especially I have older kids now. So it's they growing up to have their own opinions and stuff like that. They not holding their tongue. So I just want to I value their opinion. I want to know what they think. And I just want to get the shit out the way. But that's just a little piece of how I had an experience and why I feel the way I do about getting them in and out if you choose to date. There are psychics on here on YouTube making videos that are seeing very, very horrible things. She's been gone over a week. The stepdad is in custody, so that most likely means that she's no longer here. Keep these people away from your kids. Keep them away from your kids. Just keep them. If you don't want to be a mother, if you don't want to be a parent, call somebody. Call CPS and say, I can't do it no more. And I would rather call y'all than is there something that I can do as far as adoption at this age? Is there something that I can do as far as voluntarily having someone else care for my child? I don't want to do this anymore, and I would rather take this step than for something bad to happen. I would rather take this step than to have somebody just allow anybody to come in here and do anything to that little body. That little body, that little cute face. All they want to do is run through the fucking mall and run into your butt and bounce back and laugh and eat McDonald's nuggets and fucking go to the park and swing. Run through fucking Walmart. Drink a juice. Like, what do they want? They don't want nothing. They don't want anything. They didn't ask to be here. If you don't want them, give them to somebody who does. There are thousands of people in this world, mothers, women who can't have children, who would love to care for a child, who would love to care for a child. They have that in them to give it, and their bodies won't allow them. It's okay if you don't want to be a mother and you had kids. It's okay. It's okay. Shit, like I said, it ain't no fucking manual instructions. You don't know shit. They come, you try to just wing it. You try to do the best you can. You make sure they're clean and clothed and fed. You try to be open with them. You try to teach them about life. What can you do? But if you got it in you that you just don't give a fuck, you don't care what happens to them. You care more about having a man and making sure he's good than what's happening to your child. You don't need to be a mother. Just give her to somebody. Give him to somebody. Pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to what they say. Pay attention to what they don't say. Pay attention to what they don't say, because a lot of times they won't say anything. They'll stay closed in. They'll stay to themselves. They'll be standoffish to their abuser. Pay attention to what they don't say. They see you all lovey-dovey. He's there. It must be okay. Mommy must say it's okay. Daddy must think it's okay because they're here. There's women out there being abusers. Men, they bring, here's your stepmama. And the bitch don't even like kids. That's why she ain't got none of her own. And she over here fucking over these kids. It goes both ways. Stop bringing these people around your kids. Pay attention. Cut that shit off. Have those important conversations by the second date. Have these important conversations about kids, about finances, about goals, about your past, about all of that shit. Lay that shit out on the fucking table. Lay it out. It ain't doing too much. You ain't digging. You ain't being nosy. You trying to know who the fuck you dealing with. If you sitting across the table from me, if we out having a drink, and I'm dancing and I'm shaking my ass on you, boy, I better know who the fuck I'm dealing with. You think you gonna pick me up from my house and I don't know who the fuck I'm dealing with? Where my kids lay their head? Oh yeah, I'm gonna know who I'm dealing with. And you can come to my house because I got something for you if something happened over here. Like I said, that dude, he went into my home. He went in my house, bamming on my door, police. And I don't give a fuck who talk about people calling the police. You motherfucking right, because my kids is in here, bitch. And it's either that or some other shit gonna happen. I'm gonna try the police first. And hopefully they do their job. Because if not, the second time is gonna be another problem. And that's what the police told me. You better get you a weapon for when these people decide that they just want to come up in your house. I'm going to end this here, y'all. We're in 30 minutes. I just wanted to put this out here because it's very, very sad that yet another child is missing. A city is mourning. A country is mourning. Another missing child who didn't ask to be here. We've had so many, in just my state, we've had so many mothers killing their own child. stepdads, boyfriends. Just stop letting these fuck people in your house. Why they don't got their own shit? Why they moving in with you? Why you can't move in with them? That's the first question. Why the fuck are they moving in with you and your kids? When I'm dating, man, you better have your own home because I need somewhere to go. I'm trying to come spend a night with you. I'm trying to get out of here. I talked about people you don't know supporting you better than the people in your real life. And I appreciate y'all so, so much. When I say I appreciate y'all, I mean it. I tell y'all I appreciate y'all. I tell y'all I love y'all because I really mean it. And also because if nobody else told you, watching my video let you know that somebody cares about you. Somebody appreciates you. Somebody thinks you're awesome. You're amazing. Somebody values you being here. And I mean that because there's days go by where the only I love you I get is from y'all. Helping me financially, $10, $20, whatever. Making sure I got gas, making sure I can go fill out applications, making sure I can take care of my business so that I can get back to work. I can actually be licensed in something. All of my running other people's shit may finally pay off and I can be licensed and have my own shit. Finally. And I appreciate y'all supporting me because if people can keep that thumb on you, they will. They just press down on you as hard as they fucking can. So these children, they are our future. They are our future. Don't ruin them. Don't ruin these kids. Don't ruin them. They're so awesome. Their spirits are just everything. Teach them. Raise them up to be aware. Raise them up to be kind. Raise them up to be understanding. Raise them up to love God, to treat people like they want to be treated. Raise them up to be a hustler. Learn how to make $1, keep two. For every dollar they make, they better have 2 more in the bank. Teach them. Don't hurt them. Don't beat them. Don't have sex with them. Bye, y'all.